Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well and welcome back to another thrifty video. You might notice I'm somewhere different today because I am coming to you guys live from Japan. I am currently in Japan on vacation. Jeremy and I are here together and we've actually been here for almost 2 weeks now. So we have really been all over Japan. And right now I am in Kanazawa, Japan, filming this video for you guys because it is right at the beginning of December and it is time to take a look back on what I sold on my Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Depop in the month of November 2024. So I can't miss a month. And as always, I have to share with you guys my best sales from the month. If you guys don't know, I'm a full-time clothing reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, whatnot, Depop, all of the above. I sell clothing and I make YouTube videos where I teach other people how to do the same thing. So my job is super flexible and that's why I'm able to be here finally traveling abroad, something that my heart loves to do. And I'm so grateful that Jeremy and I've been able to be on such a long vacation. And I think you guys are going to see that that vacation has played a little bit of a role into my sales in November because we have been gone for almost 2 weeks of November when I'm filming this. So I only had about 2.5 weeks of full selling while I was back home in the States. And then I had about 2 weeks where my closet was on a pause on vacation mode. So it's going to be very interesting to look at this. But as always, if you guys like reselling content, if you like thrifting content, then thank you guys so much for watching. But also hit that subscribe button because it's the best, easiest, free way to support my channel. But with no further ado, let's get into what I sold. But also, I think that this room is amazing. This is like a tatami floor going on in here. I'm in a low chair on the ground with a low table. It is so cool. And what a way to memorialize my trip. What a better way to do so than to film a video in this space. And so I also filmed a little walkthrough of this hotel room because guys, it is literally the shiz. It is so good. I don't know how we scored this for like $100 a night, but we did. It is incredible. So I'll let you guys see a little video of the tour of our hotel room as well. But let's jump into these sales. I'm going to share with you guys everything that sold for $50 or above. And so I have quite a few sales to jump through here with you on. And I also will share with you guys the overall numbers, how much I actually sold in the month. So let's start with a $48 sale. I know it's right on the cusp of $50, but I thought it'd be a fun one to share with you guys because I just picked these up not too long ago. And it's this pair of P448. They're like these kind of like mid round toe snakeskin sneakers. They're a size European 38. I bought these at the Goodwill for $5.99, I think, and they sold for $48 and within only a few weeks. So from $48, we made $38.40. When we factor in that cost of goods, we made over $30 net profit on that pair of shoes, which is great. We love to see a pair of really nice sneakers sell. And then the next thing that sold was this North Face jacket. So this was a girl's North Face. It was a reversible puffer jacket. So on one side we had kind of like that Osito fleece, and then on the other side it was a floral puffer in purple. It was so cute. A girl size large. It sold for $50 and we made $40. That was also a Poshmark sale. So I like to find the North Face. The North Face has really been selling super well for me, and also something that I have really been like hit in the face with while I've been here in Japan is just how fashion forward Japan is. Like, I love everything everybody's wearing. I feel super inspired in my own fashion sense, but also in how I'm going to be sourcing for my closets in my stores, is that they are obsessed with the North Face here. The North Face over here is more like a designer kind of brand. Like, the designs and the styles are so different from Japan to the United States, but literally so expensive here, and it just makes me appreciate the North Face even more and picking it up in the States because you never know. We have a huge Asian population in the United States as well, and so they're always going to be on the lookout for that brand. And so anyways, I could really talk a long time about fashion and what I've learned while I've been here in Japan. So if you guys want to hear about that, let me know. But all that aside, we sold that North Face jacket. Then we sold this piece from Revolve, and Revolve is a brand kind of like Anthropologie in that they carry lots of different brands. And so this piece was from the brand Tysa, Tysa, and it was a long sleeve convertible jumpsuit in floral. It was a size extra small. Sold it for $50 and we made $40. I bought that for $7.99. So again, around $32-ish net profit. Then something that was in my ship and thrift video was this new Tags Joseph A. Bank traveler's collared tailored fit coat. It was 100% wool. It literally was originally $600 and I sold it for $50, and it also sat for over, I think, like 2 years. It has been in my store for so long and I just needed to let it go. Even though it was $600 retail, it was not worth that to my buyers and it was worth $50. And so I made $40 off of that, but I did only pay, I think, like $2 for it. I bought it from the Goodwill outlet, aka the Goodwill bins, where you're digging and paying by the pound. So it was really economical for me to pick it up there. Then we have another good pair of shoes that sold. But before we talk about the pair of APL shoes, I do want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Vendoo. You guys have heard me talk about Vendoo so many times, and I have been so thankful for Vendoo, especially while I'm here in Japan. I've been using them to even list while I've been abroad in order to keep my closets having new items coming into them, so that hopefully when I do return off of vacation mode, my closets will be ready to go. They also have been pulling things down for me off of all of my sites. Not only does Vendoo allow you to cross-list to multiple sites, they have, I think, over 10 different marketplaces at this point. They allow you to cross-list with just a few clicks of a button, which is so easy and so user-friendly, especially for somebody that doesn't want to spend a lot of time figuring out new interfaces. It is so simple to just list on multiple platforms with just a few extra clicks, which is so nice. But as always, my favorite feature is the automatic sale detection and delist feature, which when something sells on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, anywhere like that, so if you have something listed on one of your platforms, if it sells, then Vendoo will automatically take it down from your other platforms you have it listed on, which is such a saving grace for me as somebody that often gets in trouble by not deleting their items quickly. That is like worth it just in itself, and it pays for itself even when I sell one extra item on a platform that I had not been selling on previously, paid for. Love Vendoo, love working with them. If you guys want to try them out too, I highly recommend it. Like, I do use it. I literally use it every day. Then make sure you follow that link down below in my description box, and that will give you 25% off your first month, which is awesome. And again, love Vendoo. Thank you so much for letting me work with sponsors. It's how I'm able to bring you guys free content. So with no further ado, back into the sales. Now we have this pair of APL men's Tech Loom Phantom sneakers in fatigue green, size 11. These sold in a bundle, so they sold for $50.87, and we made $40.70 off of it. So I believe I got these at a Goodwill for like $7 perhaps. It's been a while since I've had those. I bought those while we were in Maryland. Same thing with the Joseph A. Bank piece. So those are both pretty old pieces, but they did sell for good amounts. Next up, this Hobbs London wool blend mock neck cropped sweater sold for $52 and we made $41.60. It was a beautiful wool piece and it was just really pretty, and it looked like it was a cropped piece but with longer sleeves, and I love when something has that longer sleeve. So loved that piece. Next up is this pair of Sorel boots. These were the Tivoli High 2 snow boots, women's leather boots in tan and gray, size 6.5. And I'm kind of wondering if I got these at a Goodwill or a garage sale. Either way, I think I paid not very much for these, probably around $10, and they sold for $55. We make $44 after Poshmark takes its fees, which means we made about $35 at the end of the day. Next up is this Eileen Fisher 100% wool chocolate brown jacket in size medium. This was another piece that sold during that thrift and ship video where I was shipping some sales with you guys and also bringing you guys a thrift haul. but this one sold for $55, and I think it sold on Poshmark. So we made $41.98, and I bought this in the bin. So at the Goodwill outlet, I paid around $2 for it. So we have $40 of net profit on that one. So as we find cheaper items, I make that net profit go up so much, and I love seeing that profit climb, because I don't like to spend a lot of money on my cost of goods. I like to keep that really low, and I guess it just depends on what I'm finding if I'm able to do that, but I really am cheap at heart, and so anytime I can cut down my costs, I love that. Next up, this Coach white purse, white pleated Soho flap over optic signature design, and I believe I got this at a garage sale. I think I did. I probably spent, $10 for this, and it sold for $55 again, $44 of profit. And then this next sale is so hilarious. I don't know how this happened. A huge mistake on my part. I don't know how this piece still sold. The title for this next pair of boots is literally just a lowercase b. I don't know how that happened. I have no idea. It definitely was my fault. I don't know how I mistyped. I definitely must have backspaced or something. I have no idea. But this was a pair of bed stew boots that I literally just titled B. Couldn't tell you how I did that, but they still sold. So I don't know, there's probably some sort of character study in there somehow on how I was able to sell that based off of just putting in the brand and not on the title. Maybe that gives you hope too, because some people really worry about their titles and are trying to finesse them so greatly. But if you have a good item, it's going to sell regardless of what you do, apparently, because I literally just had one letter as my title. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I do. I had no idea it happened, but they sold for $60, so that's awesome. So I made $49.78. I got these at a garage sale, and I paid $8 or $10 for them. So around $40 net profit, and they were sitting for a while because a public announcement. These boots, they put the price on these by putting a piece of masking tape on the leather where the toe was, and I took off the masking tape, and all of the residue left by that masking tape, it was so hard to get off. I could not get it off. Eventually, I decided to just chance it and Googled and used Goo Gone on it and got all the masking tape residue off, but it was scary, and I didn't want to ruin these, $200 boots. Anyways, long story long, these bed stew boots sat for so long, I finally got all the residue off, and then I also messed up the title, and they still sold, so hopefully that's encouraging. Anyways, woo, I feel like I'm very chatty with you guys because I miss you. I haven't been filming for a while because I filmed ahead of schedule to be able to enjoy my vacation. And so it's nice to be able to chat with you guys. It's very fun for me. Okay, next up. This piece is also a long time piece I have had sitting. It was this Neiman Marcus sequin cocktail dress in a beautiful flower patterned sequin dress, size 10, so pretty. This I bought while I still lived in Maryland, and I think I paid somewhere around $7 for it. It sold for $60. We made $48, so $42 of net profit, which is awesome. Then the next piece that sold was this North Face 550 Goose Down dark blue diamond quilted coat, a women's size extra large. Picked this up in the Goodwill outlet for around $2. It sold for $63, which means we made $48.38, and that was a great sale. And so we make $46 of net profit. Love that. Now we have an eBay sale. This is a pair of Hokas, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get some screenshots of these items for you guys. But I kind of got flagged, I think, by eBay for trying to sign into eBay while in Japan. And so I'm having trouble getting into my eBay currently. So if I can't put in a picture here, just imagine a pair of Hokas. But I'm hoping I'll get it figured out. But it's a pair of Bondi 8s. They were these blue and orange sneakers in a men's size 12.5 extra wide. And they sold very quickly, within a few days, maybe a few weeks, for $63.74. And then I made $56.07. And these sold on an offer that Vendoo sent out for me automatically, because they've also added automatic offers, which I've really been taking advantage of, especially on eBay, where I can set what percentage off I want to offer people as they go through and save my items. And then literally I just opened up my phone to this sale because I had sent an offer I didn't even know I had sent, but it worked out great. Like I had set my price that I wanted, I got what I wanted, and I didn't even have to do the manual parts in between. So thank you again to Vendoo. But awesome sale. Next up, this Mark New York down faux fur Astoria green puffer parka coat in a women's size extra large, sold for $65. I think on Poshmark, and we made $52. So great sale. I've been seeing a lot of winter coats. Have you been seeing that as well? I feel like I've been selling wool, winter coats, snow boots, things for winter, which makes sense. Love that. Next up, this new Attacks Free People to the Sky parachute coverall jumpsuit in a size extra large. This is actually something my sister gave me to sell, so I didn't have any money into it. I gave her a trade. I thrifted a pair of Doc Marten sandals in the bins that were just a little large for me a few months ago. So she really loved them. I gave her the Doc Marten sandals. She gave me the jumpsuit to sell. And then, we called it even. It sold for $68. We made $52.38. And I didn't have any cost of goods unless you count the Doc Marten. It would have been like $2 or so. Then next up is this pair of Tods. I have had this pair of Tods sitting for a long time, like probably a few years, but they finally sold and I'm very happy about that. They were a pair of leather tall Chelsea boots in a women's size 36 European or a size 6. And I think if they were a bigger size, they would have sold faster. But they sold for $70 still, and Tods is a really expensive brand, something I've been seeing all over Japan, and actually you'll see a thrifting video from Japan here soon, and you'll see a pair of Tods in that. And so these sold for $70. We made $56. I bought them for, I think, $7, so $49 net profit, not too shabby. Then this next piece is something that's sold on eBay. It was this pair of Sorel women's Lola black leather heeled booties, size 8.5. Again, if I can get into my eBay, you'll see a picture. But these sold for $75. We made $65.31. Next piece was also an eBay sale. I always have some of my highest price sales from eBay. I don't know why that is, but I sell less on eBay than I do on Poshmark. Just because I've sold on Poshmark longer, I don't have as many items on eBay. I'm working on increasing that number. And as I do, I sell more and more. But I see a lot of those high price sales coming in from eBay, which is awesome. A larger percentage, I would say, are over $50. So that's great. This Roger Federer RF Nike Tennis Australian Open 2016 green jacket in a men's size large. I sold this. This was also in that thrift and ship video, but I bought this for my husband and then he never wore it, but he was a Roger Federer fan, looked this piece up after the fact when I had cleaned out his closet and saw that it was worth good money. So it sold for $75 on eBay and we made $62.11, and that came out of his closet. So I don't usually factor that into my cost of goods if it's something that we used or had in our closet for a while. So that just feels like free money. That's girl math for you, but makes sense in my head. Then we have this Coach Madison Maggie Mia black leather shoulder bag. Why are there so many names? Madison Maggie Mia. I don't know. A shoulder bag, silver chunky hardware in great condition, and it sold for $90. And I actually sold this the same day on both eBay and Poshmark, but they didn't pay on eBay. So this sale actually went through on Poshmark first, so I accepted that one. $90 is what this sold for, and then we made $72 from this. I just picked this up at a garage sale not too long ago, and I paid, I think, $10, $8 maybe, but we'll just say $10, which still means we made $62 of net profit, which is a great sale. I love selling. I've been really enjoying selling handbags lately. They're just so easy to photograph, easy to list, easy to store. Love them. Another piece that has been sitting for so long, but one of the top 3 sales of the month and 3 sales over $100. This was a Burberry plaid new without tags belt with a double ring closure. That's my entire title. I thrifted this in the Goodwill outlet years ago. This was, let me know if you guys have been around since this video, but I thrifted this and I found it in a bag in the Goodwill outlet in Delaware. And in that bag was also a Gucci dress, which made me hundreds of dollars. This bag was insane. I got a Gucci dress, this amazing like Ralph Lauren piece, so many amazing designer pieces, like great quality. This Burberry belt was in it. Obviously, I took the worst pictures in the world, had the worst title. It's been in my closet for like at least 3 or 4 years probably. Amazing find. Sold it for $100. Finally, it sold though. It went out to its home. It's good. Sold for $100. We made $80 off of this belt, and I probably paid like 50 cents for this in the Goodwill outlet. But it did sit for years. It was very small though. It was easy to store. Take from that what you will, but it sold finally on Poshmark. Next up, this piece sold within, I think, 1 day. It went so fast. I didn't think it would. I was shocked when I saw the comps on this. I knew that it was worth picking up. I got it at a garage sale for like, I think like $3, maybe $5. It was this pair of UGG classic short curly sheepskin cuff Mongolian black suede boots, size 8. So I knew these were special. I'd never seen anything like them. They had all of this fur on the outside of the boot, and I've never seen that. And so I knew they were special, and this garage sale was so reasonable. I picked up Eileen Fisher there, and this other really cool, like, fluffy hat. That was a baseball cap that I already sold as well. Some really good pieces, and I just knew it was reasonable. I picked it up, and then I looked at the comps later, and I was like, holy cow. This sold within a day for $112.49, which for me is amazing because I'm garage selling. I'm in the bins. I'm at Goodwill. I'm not doing retail arbitrage. I'm not usually finding hundreds of dollars of items like on the daily. Oh, sometimes I am, but this was a good find and it sold so fast. And I love that because I struggle to sell things quickly. And that's what I'm trying to do better at. I'm trying to be more selective to find things that sell quicker. But this sold for $112.49. On Mercari, which is the only thing I sold the entire month on Mercari. Don't know what's going on over there, but because it's Mercari, I made $112.49, which is awesome. I'll lose $2 when I go to take that money out, but still, that felt great. And then the best sale of the month is this new Tags Christopher Esber deconstructed knit top in chocolate marl size small. This was also my thrift and ship video. Turned out to be the best sale of the month. I sold it for $160. I bought it on Whatnot. I believe I paid like $40 or $50 total bidding on this piece, but I used a lot of credits that I had from selling on there, and so I think I didn't pay anything out of pocket. Made $128 of profit after fees. So basically $128 net profit, which just gives me more excuses to go shopping on Whatnot. I love using Whatnot. If you haven't already used it, use my link down below. You'll get I think $10 off your first purchase, something crazy. But that was the best sale of the month. And it was a fabulous new Tags piece. Love to see it. So those were all of my best sales of the month. Now let's take a look at those overview numbers because I think it's very interesting. Obviously, I had a very tumultuous last month or two with Poshmark making changes and then everything going crazy and then everything coming back to normal. What happened in November is I had amazing sales. If I looked at my graph with you guys, I could show you how well things were going. And it kind of is a bummer that I did have to put my closet on vacation mode for basically the last 2 weeks of November because those are great selling weeks, but that's just kind of the price you have to pay if you want to also, enjoy your life. And so I made in total sales for just a few weeks out of the month, $2,623.20. So that is majority around $2,000, around $2,000, yeah, on Poshmark, around $500 on eBay, around $100 on Mercari, and $25 on Depop. So when you break it all down together, I made a lot more on Poshmark than anywhere else. I had a little bit lower of sales on eBay this month. I didn't list as much, obviously, and listing consistently on eBay is what really drives your sales over there, unfortunately. But for this being not the entire month, I feel like that's great. I always am aiming to hit around $4,000 in each month. So I'm only really $1,300 shy, which if I would have been able to be listing and selling the entire month, I know I would have hit that number because my numbers were so good. So very grateful that we still, even though we're here in Japan, I'm able to still have a pretty good month. I'm still able to show up and do some of my work that I normally do. So thank you guys so much for coming along on this journey with me, for allowing me to have these fun adventures, and for supporting me. It really does mean the world to me, and oh crap. And it's been a lifelong dream of mine to just be able to work for myself, to have flexibility, and to be able to be doing this and be here in Japan and filming a video is just such a hard desire and such a cool thing, and I just am really grateful. So, whew, I hope you guys enjoyed the fun setup. Hopefully I'll film another video here in Japan before I leave. But yeah, if you guys want to check out Vendoo, I really do think it'll help you in your reselling journey. I feel like give them a try. It's free to try them out. And then if you see that it will help you, then definitely use that link too down below, and that will get you a discount on your first month. But whew, I'm excited to be spending a few more days here in Japan before I come home. So I'm going to go head to bed before we have a full day exploring temples and palaces tomorrow. Just like the craziest, coolest stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until the next video, bye.